Hello guys, and welcome to Monaco for yet another edition in this F1 2015 career. We are getting ready for the first qualifying session here at Monaco, running on board with Kimi Räikkönen, the Iceman himself. And some of you may be wondering, where is Barcelona? What happened to that one? Well, long story short, things were going pretty good. I was about running in third position or something, I believe, and suddenly we had a rain shower, went into pit for intermediate tires, and upon exiting the pits, I was exposed to the pit bug, meaning it downshifted my gears into second gear pretty fast, and not to over rev the engine, I pretty much instinctively stepped on the brake pedal there, and as it turned out, I had Rosberg right behind me there, and I got black flagged for obstructing the pit lane. So that was our Spanish Grand Prix. Got so furious I even forgot to make a video out of it. Anyways, this was Q1. We are going to be skipping Q2 entirely here. Nothing much to say there in Q2. One lap really. All it did was get us into the shootout, which is where it's going to get interesting. Jumping straight into the shootout here, we're currently in P5 here, right behind Felipe Massa. We have a few minutes left to get in another lap here. 1:16.714. That is going to be our best lap here today, and that is good enough to get us up to P3 on the grid for tomorrow's race. And we even managed to beat the mighty Lewis Hamilton here, and that is both good and bad, because obviously the way our starts have been happening so far in this career, there's a good chance we're going to be trying to chase down Lewis Hamilton on the opening lap there.
Race day here in Monaco, and a circuit that requires real driver skill as well as concentration. Last night the Monte Carlo streets were full of revelers. Today they're cleared and ready for racing. Nico Rosberg will want his good fortune to continue on from yesterday's qualifying. He starts the race in P1 and has even said he's expecting to take the checkered flag first. You wouldn't want to bet against him doing just that.
He'll want to stay out of trouble over the first few laps, but he'll be determined not to let any cars past him. If he can maintain that position once everything's settled down, he'll have a massive advantage and be able to control the race.
It was an excellent showing from the Red Bull team at the last race. They'll be hoping for a similar level of performance here again today.
Both drivers looked really happy with how the car performed all weekend. This is a different track with different demands though, and I think they won't find it easy to repeat that result here today.
So here we are getting ready for race time, and we are just going to go over the pit strategy here. It's going to be as straight as it can be, a one-stop race, starting on the option tire, finishing on the prime tire.
You have a great chance of taking home the win today. Let's make this work for us.
5 lights gone here, getting out of the gate. Rosberg seems to be pulling away. We veer a little bit to the left there. Wheel spin all over the place. Hamilton goes down the outside of us there, but leaves the door open here into turn 1. We managed to dive down the inside of him, and we are back into P3 here, heading up the hill. Coming through the casino section here, this is a sector we were very fast in during qualifying. It feels absolutely sweet when you get that sequence of turns absolutely right. Slight lock up here coming into the right-handers. We head into Lowe's hairpin. Rosberg still leading. Vettel is in second. We are in third, being chased by Lewis Hamilton. And one thing that's going to be very interesting to see here at Monaco, as opposed to some of the other races we've done so far here this season, is how are we going to be burning our excess fuel here, because there are no real straights or anything like that where I would imagine I would like to run in rich mode here. Obviously the tunnel, sure. Main straight, sure, why not? But I'm just not sure that either are long enough for me to actually switch into rich mode and switch back into standard mode before I actually hit the turn, due to the lacky controls here in F1 2015. And as we skip right ahead here to lap 2, you can see that Sebastian Vettel and Nico Rosberg are already opening up a gap on us here. We're about 1.5 seconds down on him right now. We have Lewis Hamilton putting us under pressure from behind, but as everybody knows, this is a near impossible track to overtake on here unless you're able to do it on one of the straights. Jumping ahead to lap 3 here, we still have Lewis Hamilton breathing down our necks from behind. It appears that we have Massa, or one of the Williams cars at least, right behind him as well. He's going to try and have a look here, but we have the inside line there. We make that stick. He completely overshoots the turn as he tries to go down the outside of us there into turn 1. A very aggressive and not very smart move, to say the least, and he ends up paying the price for it. Jumping ahead to lap 5 here, we have a yellow flag situation here as we're coming up on the swimming pool area. Carlos Sainz is very slow. Hamilton all over the place. There appears to be suffering a puncture or something like that. Sebastian Vettel apparently also suffering some sort of damage and is most likely going to head into the pits here as we come round for the main straight there. Yes, he does go into the pits. We have Massa right behind us now as we are running in P3 there. No, we're up to P1 actually, and that means that Nico Rosberg has also been in the pit there. Merhi comes out of the pits right in front of us. He's about a lap down already, and it appears that he too was involved in that little scuffle there. So lots of stuff going on here very early in the race. We are currently in P1. We have Massa right behind us there in P2. Jumping right ahead to lap 11 here, there's been no change overall in the positions there. We are still running in P1. Felipe Massa's in P2, Nico Rosberg in P3. What has happened, however, is that we have opened up a nice gap down to Felipe Massa right now. I would say nice gap, obviously, but we're only talking about 2 or 3 seconds here. But the fact is, we have not really been pushing the car in any way, and as a matter of fact, have been pretty good to our tires here. So the fact that we were able to pull away from a Williams car on Monaco while still looking after our tires is definitely a good sign. Coming through turn 1 here, if you look in the mirrors there, it appears that Massa actually overshot that corner just a little bit as he is falling way behind here as we come up the hill into the casino section. And I still have to say I am truly bummed that my track IR is not working with this game. Jumping ahead to lap 19 here, we've had a major incident somewhere on track. Not really sure what happened, but we've lost a lot of cars here. And as we come into the Neuville chicane there, we have one of the Lotus car, I believe it is Grosjean, coming in from behind there, completely unmotivated, just barges into us there as he tries to go down the inside of us. And to make matters worse, he's been lapped once, maybe even twice there, as there's been, like I said, a huge altercation somewhere on the track. That would most definitely have triggered a safety car period there had it been F1 2014, but alas, no safety car here in F1 2015. Skipping right ahead to lap 25 here, we are not too far away from our first pit stop here of the race, and that's going to be our only pit stop, obviously, but so far I have to say our tires are very, very good. We've been taking care of him here, and as you can see there in our mirrors, we have a Mercedes coming up from behind, and that appears to be Lewis Hamilton, who's already been lapped once there. He tries to go down the inside of his, heading into turn 1. Very aggressive move. Hamilton is off track again in the same corner that pretty much did him in the first time there early in the race, and I'm not really sure what's up with the AI here at Monaco, especially after they've been lapped, but they are way too gung-ho for my taste here. Skipping right ahead to lap 35, this is going to be our only pit stop of the race here. The situation so far here is that obviously Rosberg is leading the race right now, but he has been into pit very early because of that incident there on lap 3, I believe it was. Vettel is out of the race. He was involved in that scrum there that pretty much took out 6 cars, and I'm not really sure what happened to Massa there, but currently Perez is in P3. The deal here is Rosberg absolutely has to make a minimum of 2 stops here. So what we're going to be doing is we're not going to be caring too much about where Rosberg is relative to us right now. He's about 16 seconds up on us, but we're going to be driving our own race here because obviously Rosberg needs to come in and make at least another stop here. And obviously he has to go out on the primes at some point either. So if he's faster than us right now, it's probably because he's on the options, and that has to change at some point here. So it's basically our own race right here, and it'll be interesting to see just how that plays out. Skipping right ahead to lap 50 here, we have Roman Grosjean unlapping himself, coming down the inside here into turn 1. And as you can see, he's out on the option tire. We're on the primes, obviously, and we're not going to be paying too much attention to Roman Grosjean here. If he wants to unlap himself because he's a couple of tenths faster than us per lap, that's absolutely fine. We're going to be driving our own race here, and so far it appears to be working out relative to Rosberg because we're making up time on him without really pushing.
High-speed corners.
Coming into the tunnel here, I really need to burn some of this excess fuel. We have 10 plus laps in the tank right now. That's way too much weight to be carrying around. So whatever fuel we can get rid of here on the tunnel straight, that's going to help us out in the end, no matter how little it may seem. Jumping ahead to lap 52 here one more time, we are coming into a yellow flag sector, and as you can see on the minimap there, somebody's moving very slowly up here just past the swimming pool section there, and it appears to be yet again Lewis Hamilton has been into the wall or something like that, and he's going to make yet another pit stop here as we have, I'm not really sure who's right behind us there, it appears to be one of the Toro Rossos there, but Hamilton holds up everybody as he goes into the pit there, and I'm not sure if he's been into pit, 4 or 5 times so far. It's been an absolutely abysmal race for him. And I guess the downside of all these guys going into pit left, right, and center here is that they're all on fresh option tires here, meaning they are actually a lot faster than we are. So we have a lot of cars coming from behind, trying to unlap themselves here, and they are not all that picky about when to do that, really. Skipping right ahead to lap 70 here, as you can see, Rosberg has now been in to make his second and third pit stop. Not really sure which one it was, but we are back into P1 here with Rosberg trying to chase us down from behind there. And also, I'd just like to mention our tire wear here. We've really been going out of our way to take care of our tires here, especially in the second stint here. Obviously, we've had the luxury of being in a situation where we could do that. But with 8 laps remaining here, and considering how long the second stint has been, I have to say I'm really proud of what we've been doing with the tires here. Jumping ahead to lap 77 here, we have Rosberg still trying to chase us down in P2 there. He's taken out about 2 or 3 seconds a lap on us right now, so he is really going balls to the walls in an effort to catch us there, but I don't think he's going to be able to. He's still about 7 seconds down, and he really needs to put in an out-of-this-world final lap, while we really have to put in a crappy final lap, to say the least.
Fuel level is now at 10 kilograms. That's 10 kilograms of fuel remaining. The car behind catching you at a rate of about 2 seconds a lap.
Jumping ahead to the final turn of the race here as we come out on the main straight. Just take a look at the mirrors there. Look how fast Rosberg is coming up from behind. We're going to have a track race for the line here. I cannot believe this is happening. We take the win here at Monaco, but only barely. And wow, was he coming fast there in the end. So the Iceman takes the first win of the season here at Monaco after yet another endurance race, really. I guess that's pretty much always how Monaco turns out in my careers. But very happy about this one. This one turned out to be pretty much a race against ourselves there. 78 laps of really doing the same thing over and over again, lap after lap after lap. Really put some strain on your focus there. So if you enjoyed this, please don't forget to leave a like or subscribe to this channel for more F1 2015 action. And holy crap, just look at all the time penalties here. It appears that just about everybody got one at some point except us. And I guess, well, we really didn't have to tangle with any cars at any point there. We had a couple of back markers coming up from behind at us there. I guess Hamilton probably got a couple of penalties there, ramming us from behind. He did that twice. Grosjean probably got one as well. And looking at the DNFs there, we actually only had 3 of those, but we had 4 cars being disqualified there, including Felipe Massa, who was running in second position at that time. And looking at the Drivers' Championship here, Nico Rosberg padding his lead over teammate Lewis Hamilton. Sebastian Vettel is in third. As always, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll be back soon enough. Bye-bye.